Hello traders, and welcome back to another market update. Today we're going to be taking a look at the currency market, looking for major technical analysis setups and potentially zones of areas to consider in your own trading. So let's go ahead and dive into it. EURUSD is going to be our starting point as usual, and I wanted to point out what we see here on the daily chart. Take a look right here. You can see we've got this area that has acted as a support, then as a resistance area, and has held as a resistance area. And now as we approach this level again, for EURUSD bulls, we really would like to see this price break through this level, as this level kind of has some significance in terms of this longer term trend line as well. If price can continue to break to the upside, for example, if we saw a move like this, a breakthrough and then a pullback, this could signal the continuation of this longer term move here that we are starting to see unfold on EURUSD. On the contrary though, my first opinion of EURUSD now is going to be bearish in favor of heading back towards the lows due to the fact that EURUSD long-term charts show a lot of bearish strength. Fundamentally, there's been a lot of reasoning behind why the euro has fallen, much of which still applies. So we could see the continuation down here on the retest of this trend line. Next up is GBPUSD, which has found some continued push to the upside, although fading what it did in the initial hours of the market opening this week. You can see we did start to get a rally, but then over the London session, we did get the collapse there, pull back towards down here, right around this support zone, right around the 1.3325 level. Now seeing some sort of a rebound, and we'll see what gets going here into the session. You can see if you are a short-term trader, you may want to consider the play out of this trend line, because you could take a look here on the 30-minute chart. If price decides to break up and out of this range, what that could signal is the continuation of this overall structure, maybe back to recent structure highs there on GBP dollar. On the contrary though, we are seeing bearishness, and if we can break through on the bottom, there might also be a breakout trade. If you like breakout retests, this setup might be a good one to look for continuation to the downside there on GBPUSD. Next up is dollar yen. And what I want to say about dollar yen here is that we are still respecting this lower trend line here for the most part. You can see that that is playing well, and we do kind of also have this channel pattern going on with this chart. You can see price just making a series of higher lows and higher highs, pushing to the upside. The question will be here, can we break through this daily level right around this area at the recent structure that we have seen on dollar yen? If we can break through this level, I think that we could see a continuation up towards this upper trend line, and then maybe from there we continue the pattern, but continue this overall bullishness that we have seen there on dollar yen. Now long term, we still have some bearish structure here. If we take a look at the weekly really quick, you can see we can get rid of some of these theoretical lines, and you can see we've got that structure point that we talked about. We've also got this long-term trend line here if we draw it in, and you can see price is looking like it wants to break out of that area. If it does in fact do that, we could see the continued run there, as new buyers who are looking at the technicals longer term may see the continuation and push into dollar yen. Next up is Brent crude here. You can see on the, let's take a look at the daily chart here. And you can see on this chart that we do also kind of have this chugging upward channel on this particular market as well. So if I extend this out a little bit, you can see we kind of have this market that's just looking like it just wants to continue to channel. As we do touch the upper bounds of this area, this would be considered a resistance point, but you can see price has been hugging the upper area of this channel for quite some time. So at some point, I think that it will come down, and it will maybe even retrace back towards this structure area here. That's kind of what I would expect to happen just based on the technicals, but we also have some horizontal levels to consider going forward. You can see right here, as price nears this level here, this might be an area of interest, as this level historically was a major sell-off zone. WTI crude is our next one here. We'll take a look at the 4-hour chart just to keep things, take a little different look at it. On the 4-hour chart, we do see a similar pattern to Brent crude, but you can see for the most part, price is continuing to respect this, and looking like, you can see as we tapped into this, you can see that both times we tapped into it recently, we did get some rejection off of that area. So we are seeing some respect to that area. And again, my idea here is that I think we could at some point return back down to somewhere like the trend line that we see down in this structure. Longer term, of course, we also have some structure points here. You can see we also have structure points here. So this bullish run may continue even up to one of these levels potentially to find resistance in those areas. XAU-USD, this is gold. Taking a look here at the daily chart, we can draw in this channel that we do see happening on this chart as well. A lot of channeling markets right now, and what you can see is that weekly we have this very bullish trend. Daily we are seeing a downwards pullback in favor of the bears right now. In my opinion, is that we could even see the continuation down to a level that I've been talking about, which is the 200 period moving average. I think that price is potentially going to test out this 200 period moving average in the next couple weeks. And that the reasoning behind that is that this market has not retested the 200 period in quite some time. And it may be a healthy pullback area for sellers to try and rally towards, to kind of find new bullish demand for this market to potentially break out of this channel to the upside at some point and even back to structure highs. We'll see if we can get that to play out there on XAU USD. GBPJPY here, you can take a look, and if we draw in this weekly trend line, you can see price did break above it, and I think that we could see the retest of this area before a continuation on these pound pair moves to the upside there, right? So there's your kind of structure. If we do see a pullback, there might be an opportunity to go long somewhere along the retest of the trend line. Of course, due to your analysis, find your own trade setups. This is just my analysis. You can see on the Euro GBP pair, if we take a look at the daily chart here, you can see we still have this trend line that has not been retested for a while. And to me, if we have to find support, there's really not anything until we go to the weekly chart. You can see to find this area down here, right around the 0.8328 level that we are currently testing right now. I think that at this level, we could see some sort of a bounce here on Euro GBP as price has been quite heavily extended. Take a look at this move that we did see on Euro GBP. We saw a major rally and then we saw a major fall. A lot of times what happens with this is you get these big snapbacks once things kind of cool down. So we have these major reversals once things stop being overextended. And so I think that we are looking a bit overextended on the bottom side. We are coming into favor with this kind of supportive level historically, and we might see the bounce here. That's my personal opinion there on Euro GBP. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you got something out of the video. We'll see you next time.